What's up, everybody? Nievera here. I wanted to talk to you guys tonight about one of my songs. Bones is the name of the song. During COVID, way back in 2020, which seems like such a long time ago, I was stuck in my apartment in North Hollywood. This was when no one could leave the house, no one could go anywhere. We were all just stuck at home. I decided I didn't want to waste my life just in my apartment. I decided and made a goal to try to write music. I wanted to see if I could get out of 2020 a brand new artist. That's also the reason why I changed my name from using just Robin Nievera to just Nievera. I wanted to have like a clean slate with my music. That's the reason why I changed my name. But how we got the bones and why that's important to me is I wrote all these instrumentals, I tried different genres. I tried takes on like what song was popular during that time. Let's try to replicate it. I was trying to be something that I wasn't. At the same time, I was trying to be the best, most honest version of myself as an artist. Now, there were like maybe 20 songs I've written before Bones with no words, but I borrowed someone's bass. I managed to borrow a friend's bass, and I'm very grateful that he lent me his bass. This is Buwi Meneses from Parokya and Edgar. He and I got close during this time, and he lent me his bass. I played something on it. It was like just messing around. Here, I will demonstrate on tiny guitar. I played this. That's it. I played it many times because I thought that was such a cool riff. I wanted to build a whole song around that. I wanted to build around that bass line. I really thought that was such a cool line. So the whole song came together, came up with the bass, the drums, the guitar, very simple stuff. I wanted the melody to be the most important part of the song. Normally I used to make the guitar the most important part about the song because I wanted every song to be guitar heavy. I wanted to show off that I was an okay guitarist, or just an okay guitarist. But that bass line, that's probably the first bass line that I came up with ever in my life. So yeah, I wanted to keep it. I wanted it to be more bass driven. In short, the music came first, and I didn't know what to sing. I didn't know what I wanted the song about. But remember, before that, I had written 20 songs in the Philippines, and I have been singing since I was 24. Well, professionally. So I've been singing a pretty long time, and I know that a lot of people don't know that. People just think I don't know, maybe I'm a VJ, maybe I'm a host. But during 2020, I really wanted to make a difference with my music. I keep going backwards and backwards, but I feel like there's a lot of context into what Bones really is. Because Bones is very important to me because I hadn't written a song in so long until that bass line, until Bones happened. But you need to understand that I had 3 albums that I released in the Philippines. One of them independently, 2 of them with labels. One of those labels I'm very appreciative of because they were with friends, and I just want to say thank you to them. But a lot of people say that my music was not released at the right time. I wrote all the words, I wrote all the music. I had my friends play it because I love it when other musicians play on my tracks because they're better than me at those particular instruments. And I love working with people that are better than me. And I miss those guys dearly. They're all in the Philippines, and I love those songs so much. Every night when we'd play together, it was always the same song, but I was always playing differently. And it was because of those guys. They know who they are. No one likes to talk about how horrible they did in the industry. You know what I mean? They don't want to talk about, no one watched their shows, really, how you get a mall show and there's just empty chairs. There's all of that. There's all this disheartening news. And to make an album is such a big deal, right? To make an album is your heart, your soul, all this time you put into it, and then just to have nobody listen to it, it's like, why did I even make it? It's disheartening. But I want to come out and say that I've written so many songs. I'll never finish all of them. I've written so many. I'm waiting for that one song to just like come out. I'm waiting for that one song to be like, to see people sing along because they like the song. I don't want big goals for the song. I just want people to like it. That's really it. I'm a very simple person, very simple plans, very simple goals. I just want people to enjoy how I play, what I play, and what I have to say. So with all of that in mind, everything musically in the Philippines was just so hard to digest because I didn't know where to go. You know, when you do something, you want criticism. You want good criticism or bad criticism. You want someone to listen to it and be like, I like that song because, or I didn't like that song because. But no one listened, which means I didn't get feedback. Like, I didn't get it was good, I didn't get it was bad. I got it's international, which means we don't know what to do with you here. That's what that means. It means you sound like you could do this in another country, just not here. And that's unfortunate because I love playing in Manila. I love playing in the Philippines. I love being a Filipino artist. I need you to understand that. So when I came to the States and COVID hit, it was like, gosh, another delay, right? But this was the time to write the music, I felt. So I played that bass line, and with everything that I just told you, the first line that came out was, I feel it in my bones. That was the chorus. That is such an important line to me because what is the chorus? I feel it in the air. I feel it in the air. I'm falling fast. Wow, why am I spacing? It's my song. I'm falling fast, share my gravity. You know I've done this wrong before. That's the one. It sounds like a love song because it sounds like I'm falling in love with someone. You could use that song for that. But really, the line there was, you know I've done this wrong before. Everybody knows in Manila, at least, that I have probably done all of the mistakes, you know? We can go personal life, but we're gonna stay with just the music part. I felt like I have been making music wrong because no one would listen to it. You know what I mean? You make songs and just friends, family, they don't really, vibe the same way I was vibing. Maybe I did write it at a time that was too early for everybody, but I don't think I'm that kind of artist. I don't think I'm that kind of person. I'm very simple, but it was inside of me that I could not write a good song. But the words, I feel it in my bones, it just means that you feel like on the very inside that this is what you're supposed to be doing. And that's what that means to me. It means that I just haven't written a good song yet, I guess. This is the age of social media, which means anybody can put anything out. And I'm just here waiting for like a good time, But again, I'm still scared to post. I'm still scared to write. I'm still scared to express myself musically because I don't feel like anyone's gonna listen to it. And I don't feel like, and that sucks, right? This is music. You're supposed to be heard. And despite all of that, I'm still so hard-headed that I'm still doing music. I still love music so much. I love listening to other people. I love listening to new people. I love listening to Filipino artists be themselves. If I listen to you and I can't tell that you're Filipino, and then I find out that you are because of your originality, man, that is like one of the best feelings musically I can ever tell you. And for me, I've always wanted to be that. I wanted to be like, wow, that guy doesn't sound like anybody. I try very hard to like be as original as I can be. But yeah, I'm still doing this. It's been more than 10 years. I have no hits. I don't have, there's a handful of people that have bought my albums, and to those people, thank you. And my bandmates, the people who have played on my albums, they are way more successful than I am in the Philippines, and I am incredibly proud of all of them. I watch all of you because you guys are the best. But yeah, I'm proud that they played on those songs. I'm proud that they still want to play me when I go home. I'm proud that we're all still friends. But yeah, you should take this as, that was a lot of that talking was a lot of me moving out of the Philippines, but I needed you to understand all of that. That's all context because that's what it is with everybody. You feel like you've done this thing so many times before and it hasn't happened and it looks like it's never going to happen. It's been so long. For me, it's been more than 10 years. The first song I ever wrote, I was, I think, 14. I'm 38 now. So it's like from the very first song I wrote till today, I don't have a hit. And it's because I refuse to sound like everybody else. I'm not saying that everybody else is bad. It's just I wanted to come up with something that was me. I want to express myself, and I want people to listen to me for being me. You know what I mean? So what Bones really is telling yourself that you are this kind of person and ignoring what everybody else says because you feel it in your bones. You know what I mean? You feel it inside of you. No one has to listen to those old songs. No one has to ask me what I really like to do musically. But to the ones who have bought my album, to the few people who listen to me on social media, I know I can see it on my phone. To the few people that have said that I'm a good musician at the very least, that is such a big thing in my heart. You know, I will never forget someone who has told me that. And I appreciate that because you took the time to like look beyond what people say I play the guitar, and people say that I'm just some acoustic singer. People say that sure I can write, but you know, what they don't understand is that I really try to be different. I really try to take the things that I listen to, and I really try to take all the things that I've gone through, and I really try to put them together. I try to mash it, and sometimes the experience and the emotion don't clash in some other people's, you know, with some other people's creativity. But for me, I try to make that work, and it might sound like a mess, but I feel it deep down that I could reach out and I could one day have that one song. I don't know if it's Bones. I'm not saying that it's Bones. I'm just telling you that's the reason why Bones became a song. All those years of trying to find what I want to sound like, all those years of no one really listening and using that as like energy to produce the music for this song, you know, to try to make it as catchy as I can, to try to make it as interesting as I can. I'm babbling, but I think that's fine. I think that's fine. I wanted to tell you that that's how Bones became Bones. And again, thank you for your time.